This video is mainly about family tree DNA settings, which this way or another way will help you or other researchers who use family tree DNA to see some information about you. Frankly speaking, in most cases, people forget or don't know about those settings, and those settings are remain as default state. And later on, it is not enough for other researchers. So my video is to help you to at least understand how to change settings and why those settings might be relevant for you or someone else. So first of all, you should be logged in your right top corner. You should see the kit number and then either 6 digits, or 2 letters and 4 digits. The latter one is rather a new ID, new format of ID. I have old one when all IDs were generated only with numbers. It is important to include also that letters and numbers when you either share the ID to someone else or trying to search by ID. But it's like additional information. What is important for you in regards to account settings is, literally speaking, account settings. So the first section under account settings, it's account information. In most cases, it's only about account, as main person or representative of the holder of the information and the family tree DNA system. So let's say contact information, it's first name and last name, which is important. Below this section is information about your contact data, like your street, your zip code, your email, something else, and also including country, but it is shipping country. For example, for me, it's Poland, but everywhere where you see my DNA results, I am represented as from country Ukraine. Interesting field is birth name. In my case, it was duplicated. So in my case was Lundiak, same as Lundiak. And this way or another, I didn't see an effect of these settings. But I then just simply recording the video, I realized that birth surname is or might be reasonable for females people. A woman who married getting a surname of husband, and her birth name still remain in memory, but actually in most cases, genealogically speaking, it's being forgotten. And in this case, birth name, it's a surname for women, at least. It's a surname with from father, and last name might be husband name. For male DNA samples, it might be that birth surname might be from different father, let's say unofficially born, and after some time the person realized it and can't provide it. In my case, for my mother, I said Babi in, okay, let me show you. It will be here. For my mother, I said in English Latin alphabet Babi, but for surname, I put Babi. Actually, it is the same name, just transliterated, but ideally it should be Babi as birth surname for my mother and Lundiak as a surname, as a main surname. But my mother and my father divorced, and she actually didn't have a Lundiak surname in her life. She was always Babi. But other situations, other people might be different. I simply realizing that this is birth name and this is last name. I even right now see that it's highlighting when, so nice. For my father, I said similar as for myself in Cyrillic language, in Ukrainian language, Lundiak. There might be here another version like you, Lundiak, but for this case, for this situation, it's okay to have Latin and Cyrillic versions. Handful. Till now, I didn't know it's possible to distinguish. And in my case, I also put for myself both versions. Fortunately or unfortunately, is not reflected on maps. Let's have a look here. It's my surname, and it doesn't reflect. There is beneficiary information here in the under accounts information, and password and kit manager. Password is for sure, you understand what it is. When you need to change password, you will be able to do it here. Beneficiary information, it's about handling or passing access to your account to another person. So far, I don't have any settings, but as soon as I become much older as myself right now, I think I will find out some person who would be designated as individual for beneficiary. In the case of, let's say, your parents, it is, and if you manage DNA samples for your parents, it is better when you, it is good or suggested, for at least right now, for you to set as a, for you as a child, to set you as a beneficiary person for your parents, your father and mother, or any combination you would like. Kit manager, I don't have experience with this setting, but let me read it, because my account is since 2014, and this feature, as far as I remember, appeared, I don't know, a few years ago. If this kit is not managed by the test taker, meaning DNA sample owner, you can designate a kit manager here. A kit manager allows your customer service team to verify the kit manager identity so that we can provide customer support. Kit manager information is not shared with this kit DNA matches. So it is similar situation as I explained it before. So for example, your account does represent your first name and last name, but you may have a kit manager. Let's say a person who helped you to order this kit. Let's say some technical person, let's say some genealogy representative assistant who helped you to order this account, and this manager can be here. In my case, I am the same person, owner and kit manager, but let's say if ideally I would be kit manager for my father and my mother, although I'm not set there as manager. But here you can provide some information about your manager, your kit manager, but this information, as it states here, will not be shared to DNA matches. And it's logical. So the only one thing which should be shared, it's account first name and last name, at least from this section. Let's go to second section. It's an interesting section because it's, first of all, it's related to genealogy. And as of now, August 2024, there is still family tree, but soon family tree will be removed. And that is why this message is here. Starting from September, family tree will be removed or set in read mode only. So before now, I did have family tree. I uploaded a JETCOM file, and I could re-upload it, and so on and so forth. Family tree DNA decided to remove this functionality, so for your information. Surnames, it's at least functionality which is available and seen on family tree DNA from the researcher's perspective. When you see the list of autosomal matches or Y-DNA matches or MT matches, okay, maybe not MT full matches, but you will see the surnames of person. For example, in my case, I have in surname column my surnames, which I entered manually, but previously it was based on the genealogical tree, meaning JETCOM file, which I uploaded to the family tree DNA system. But later on, I realized that there is a kind of mess from automatically parsed information from JETCOM, and I remove it and I set it manually so that I would know which surnames will be seen on system. Maybe let me show you how it looks. I will show you on family finder matches, which are autosomal matches, and I will show you on example of my father and mother, because I think I did it similarly. You see, when I look to the DNA match person, I click on the view details and I see those surnames. Imagine I'm some another person who looks to the surnames. So it is important for you as an account owner to provide those surnames. It is important for genealogical research. It's not important for the being of the DNA test of this account, but just important and useful, handy information for other people. So make sure you properly provided information here, but with the memory how it's shown for other people, meaning surnames. It's a one column, location, second column, because different people tend to set a different way. For example, using location in parentheses, inside of the value of surnames column. So don't do that. I mean, you can do it, it's not forbidden, but it's rather good to have this way. Earliest known ancestor. This is rather the most important setting for different researchers, because this information is shown for other people when they either look up for you or already know about you as a family tree DNA account and would like to know your most recent ancestor information. What is important here, it's exactly country of origin. So as I mentioned before, there is country in account information section, but this country of origin, it is country which is of your origin. For example, if you're born in Ukraine, but your grandparents were born in Poland or in Czechia, so your country of origin is Ukraine. But imagine you are you born in Ukrainian, but your fathers and mothers are from Czechia and Poland, and you actually born in Czechia, for example, and your ancestry from Czechia, but you live in country with the name Ukraine. So country of origin would be for you Czechia. Depends on genealogy and genetics, but I hope you understand. And your country of residence is a setting under account information. So don't be misled by this. And also this country of origin is or will be shown for you for your account in so-called family tree DNA discover 3-time pages. Okay, maybe I will show you. But before I show you, direct paternal ancestor, so all your paternal ancestors from, not all, but at least the country of origin for your father. You know, you may be Ukrainian by father, but Polish by mother. So it can be set here as differently. In my case, both my paternal and maternal ancestors are actually literally from the same village in Ukraine, and country of origin for me, or even for my mother and fathers, and their father and mothers will be Ukraine, at least to some year. And it's important to provide also latitude and longitude, because it will be reflected on the map of your matches. Meaning, if you're account holder and you would like to represent your information for other people, please make sure you configure it properly. And now I will show you how where it's reflected. First of all, about flags. Let's say even here for my mother, there is no country here. So surnames are earliest known ancestor, which I mentioned. For my mother, it is said, paternal and maternal. For my father, also information is said. And I'm showing this only for the reason that if you treated yourself as account who will be searched by someone else, and you interested that that person will find out about you as much as possible information, then please go and provide information here. So first, that information will be seen here on the family finder matches. About country, in family finder matches, aka autosomal matches, there is no column country, and country as a setting might be not useful for here, family tree. But I kind of surprised it here because I know I kind of expected it will be shown here, and I started to talk to you, and it is not configurable. So there are no enable and disabling country. But okay. I, as a owner also of Y-DNA tests and also big Y tests, I have another list of matches. In this case, it's Y-DNA matches, and which important here to distinguish, it is actually the country setting. So as you see, for my at least 12 markers matches, there are a few people here, and for some of them, there is setting of paternal country of origin, as you see Germany here for this person. For this person with the surname Jakšić, there is no country of origin, but most probably he is from Balkan, from, I don't know, Bosnia, Croatia, or Serbia. Doesn't matter for now, right now. But what does matter is that most probably this person did a DNA test, Y-DNA 111, and forgot about settings, about paternal country of origin. One more time, back to settings. So paternal ancestor would be this country. And it should be set if you know for sure your country of origin of your paternal, because in theory, even on practice, you may not know that information, and that settings will not be able for you to set. It's okay, you are not guilty, but this way or another, you will find out sooner or later who was your father and from which country. So it's better to set. As you see, paternal country of origin is set for some people, and for some people are not set. So this is first place when you may help other people to give information about you. If you care about not only passing the DNA test, not only knowing your haplogroup, for example, Y-DNA or mtDNA, but also you care about giving information about yourself as much as possible, about maybe your father and mother as much as possible to other researchers, so that they know from which country this DNA sample is, at least country of origin. Okay, in regards to maternal ancestors, I also have mtDNA matches, but in my case, I have MT plus or plus results. My mother's account does have MT full sequence results. This way or another, country also is important for other developers. I mean, country of origin of your direct maternal ancestor. If you don't have it, if you unfortunately don't know it, and as a result don't have it, it's okay. But if you know the country of origin and locations, please set because it's important for other people who research, who might look up for you, look into contact with you. But as you see, there is no column country. So actually, country is not reflected on this report, at least on the UI of the family tree DNA mtDNA matches page. But have a look. Let's have a look on details of account. Yes, paternal information is, maternal also is, but dedicated field for country, there is no information. You can click on icon of email and send email, it's sure, click to the tree, which will be removed sooner or later, but no country. And I hope it will be shown sooner or later on so-called potential new feature of family tree DNA, like empty discover page. It will be very similar it will be very similar as it is right now with Y-DNA discover pages. But also, let me now switch back to another place where you will give ability to help other people to show this paternal or maternal ancestors. Almost all projects, they have DNA results section from left side menu sidebar, and under the Y-DNA and or mtDNA, there are always results page. I will show you both because right now I want to reflect information about paternal and maternal information. And let's have a look first, colorized chart of Y-DNA. And let's search myself and maybe myself, because I will not find a record of my father because he is not available. I mean, he is in the project, but he is not available as a public result. He doesn't have big Y test. Okay, not haplogroup, but surname. And I expect at least myself. Yes. So in this way, you can experiment with any data you would like. But my point is that paternal ancestor name, it is exactly value which I have set in the settings. You see, Paulus Lunda, birth year, Ukraine, Galicia, Markova. And when I switch to settings, it is the same value. So if I change it here, let's experiment. Okay, it doesn't. It will save this data information, but it will not reflect in all places. Let's one more time refresh this page. It should be here. Yes, it is here. You see, there are stars. I will zoom a bit. There are stars which I added. I will remove it back so that not forget. Actually, I was experimenting with this settings recently because I wanted to see where it is reflected and how fast. So my first point is that this settings, exactly this setting, one setting for paternal information, it is reflected as fast as possible here in Y-DNA colorized chart, public results. And you see there is country, Ukraine. So it is this country. Okay, let me check Wales, for example. When I save this setting, it should be also reflected here. Yes, Wales. So, okay, maybe let me remain maybe Lunda. Okay, let it be this way. It doesn't hurt anyone. It's your setting. But I wanted to show you that as soon as you change these settings, it will be reflected here in the Y-colorized Y-DNA results for your account, but also in other projects when you join it. But pay attention, it's only about Y-colorized data. It will not be reflected on Discover pages. I will show you a bit later. And now I want to show you about mtDNA. It's very similar as Y-DNA. The column name, it's about the name of a person, how it is set in account settings, meaning account information base information about your account. But there is also maternal ancestor name, and that maternal ancestor name is actually this information from settings. But here it is named direct maternal ancestor. So don't be misled that it's different, let's say, name, but it is about this name. And also countries matter. So as you see here, it's represented by Maria Ivasik Demiduk, born in this year, Molotko, Galicia, country Ukraine. And as you see, it is Ukraine, but let's say I will change to Yemen and change, okay, not enough places, just Ivasik. The holder of the DNA, it's Lundek, meaning me. Information about country of origin, maternal ancestor is Yemen, and as you see, Ivasik changed it. So let's get back and change it back, and now refresh again. And as you see, it is changed back. Let's say reverted my experiment, and country also reverted to the Ukraine. This information is, as you see, a bit similar because UI user interface a bit different, but the but point is that information in your setting for earliest known ancestor are very crucial. And now let's see what else. Okay, Y-DNA matches, but matches map. In my case, my father. Okay, it's right away shown. It's my father should not be listed here because he is not fully designated as my match, but let's have a look. Yeah, as I expected, but there are many other people. And what my point was is that you see there is marker, and let's double check. I will just making sure that you will see settings, genealogy, and earliest known ancestor. Sometimes it is named MRCA, most recent MRCA, most recent common ancestor. But in the terms of family tree DNA, it is earliest known ancestor. So as you see, Paulus may be Lunda here, and it is also reflected on the map. It is marker of myself, but also for my father and whomever would it be, it also would reflect. But why I'm showing this? Because it's important. You see there are many different markers, and it is important for other researchers when you set properly your own location. I will not click on every marker because there are emails, don't want to break GDPR, but for my case, you see there is earliest known ancestor value, and it is that value which I set. Marker location here, it's Markova, although I see that there is no Markova actually, it's only a Bohorchansky district, and I set as okay, because I didn't set yes, I didn't set Markova. Okay, let's experiment, by the way. In my case, previously it was Molotkiv, the village where is my paternal ancestry, but with a high probability our paternal ancestry was almost from neighbor village. But you see this marker, as far as I remember. Okay, just click. You can click whatever you want, wherever you want. And I was okay, I will leave this one because previously I clicked it a bit wrong, and the marker was set somewhere not in the area of Markova village, but in the area of all region, Bohorchansky rayon. And you see these are three neighboring villages, Markova, Babchi, Molotkiv. Also Staronia is important, and also Betkiv, and also Pniv and Nadvirna. So these are my closest geographical locations, which is this or that way related to my genealogy. But Markova is one place so far, the closest where my direct paternal ancestor from at least okay, let me change the country of origin you entered. Okay, because I experimented there. So let's change it back. I will change it back again, just for the sake of experiment. Ukraine, now location. Actually, new experience. So I'm happy that I'm showing this to you. So I would click it here so that I see Markova, Ivano-Frankivsk Oblast. Although I like it that it's Bogorodiansky Rayon, but for now it doesn't really matter. What matters is to have a Markova. Just to be more precisely, even myself, I admit I made a bit a mistake here. I will save it, and first of all, I will double check on the map. Let's refresh the page. It's not okay. It's not refreshed here as very fast. Maybe I will wait a few seconds. Meanwhile, I will show you FTDNA matches map, and on that map I should see my mother's or even myself. You see, it also said Maria Ivasek, Molotkiv, and also marker kinda not correct. It is where it is. I mean, it's close enough, but let's double check. It's my account, Andriy Lundek. Let's double check the location for, yes, Borochansky district. It's kind of not correct. And let's change it also here. Actually, it is set somewhere in Molotkiv, but it is rather the edge of Molotkiv. So I will put it here so that maybe, oh, okay, Molotkiv. So that the name of village will be mentioned here. As a result, will be shown for other researchers, which is main reason why I'm doing this. It doesn't matter from which exactly region of this village is, because otherwise I will skip the information. So let's save it here. And now let's double check. If it doesn't refresh so quickly as I expect, yes, it changed here for my account for a maternal earliest ancestor, Molotkiv, and I'm happy about that. So my point is, if you wrongly put your geographical marker location, it will be either not helpful at all for your DNA matches or people who would like to research your record, or even for you for later. Okay, now double checking Y-DNA, and Markova changed. Maybe Lunda remain the same. I will leave as it is, but only I will change to Yemen so that to show you another piece of information. So once again, maps of your matches, either it's Y-DNA or mtDNA, it's important for you to set the earliest known ancestor and location. Back to family tree DNA projects pages, they have, besides colorized chart and map, they have also SNPs, meaning the list of, as extended list of SNPs, and you could use it. But my point is, right now on this group time tree, it is recently introduced feature. I mean, recently it's 2023, as far as I remember, or anyhow. And on this page, you will see, you may see countries, names, and maybe some additional information. So let's double check. It is public information. I do not break any, okay, maybe I do not break any GDPR, but I am not even logged in. As you see in the top right corner, I am not treated as a logged in, although I know that in first tab I am logged in. Anyhow, let's have a look to all people here. You see here, so there is, first of all, there is a flag of Poland in this case. There is surname Michalski, and there is MRCA information, paternal ancestor, earliest ancestor information, Antoni Michalski. So you see how it's important. For example, if I need to have a look more people about haplogroup E, it is not my haplogroup, But anyhow, let's say if I research it, it would be interesting and helpful for me to know the information like surname, paternal ancestor, country of origin, in this case, Poland, even kit number here in public information of the family tree DNA, and even subgroup, which is rather optional information. Let's have a look different. Let's have a look my haplogroup. Okay, it will not be so fast, but okay, maybe not this way. I had to refresh because it remembers previous state. Strange. I expected it will be resetted here, but we'll do different way. This is the closest Y-DNA tree to me, and you see I am Lundek, meaning information about my last name from account information. Once again, switching to settings, account information, and there will be first name and last name. So this value is taken from here. Maybe I can change, but not now. And there is information about my kit number and also my paternal ancestor. As you see, as I mentioned before, information here in Discover page is not reflected right away. And the reason is that Discover pages, meaning not per se this page, but Family Tree DNA Discover portal is being released at least every Friday night, so that for Ukraine or Poland, it is from US time, it is somewhere Saturday morning. So every time when you change during the week your settings for recent ancestors, it will be reflected only next Saturday. So be patient if you need it to see that change. Let me show this example. You see, there is some account, Kucharski. There is kit number. It is seen or it is shown. Paternal country is unknown origin, and this is specific use case or edge case, I would say, because country of origin might be set by that person or might be not. I don't know. It's not clear. But maybe because this person only passed a DNA test, which is not big Y, it is not set here. I'm not sure, I kind of in doubt, but most probably this person did not set a value of country, because I know that people which are shown in the group time tree are mainly based on the big Y tests. So I can show you how to test it, how to verify it, but it's a long process. So far, my point is there are many people who do not set a country of origin. And for my case, it's okay, this Kucharski doesn't have a country of origin. Judging by the surname, it most probably is, he is from Ukraine, and this Pitak is from Poland. So it's fine. I mean, they are not my closest Y-DNA matches, so it's not crucial for me, but let's say for someone it might be crucial. So I kindly suggest for all people who have FTDNA accounts to set settings as far as possible. What else can be interesting here? Here it's much more restricted because there is a lock icon, and it means that the person does have big Y test. Paternal country or country of origin is set to Ukraine, but he did not opt in sharing group project profile, meaning he decided or didn't know that such settings is in the family tree DNA settings to not show information to public. So it's okay. It is right, meaning it is a dedicated right for people to have these settings. But as you see, many people did change settings so that to share information to public, because main idea of having DNA tests to share experience with other people, to give ability other people to search you. And vice versa, you may expect to find other people through the search. So if you care about that, please change settings. If you for some reason are subjectively opinionated and would like to hide your information from the public, it's your right. No one judging, but it's simply not helpful. If you did a DNA test, why did you do that test? Just to hide your data? It's kind of silly, but you know, it's my opinion. And it's not only Ukraine, just don't be misled by what I show you. There are many people from Poland, Czechia, and so on and so forth. But the biggest problem here is people from USA, because people from USA may not know their country of origin. Let's say they paternal ancestors from USA came from somewhere. No one knows. So it's okay to not have the information, but if you have, I suggest to set. So that was an example of where exactly information of your direct paternal ancestor is reflected. So first, it was I showed you in project family tree DNA projects pages, information reflected right away, but information changed information is not reflected on the discover group time trees, because it's every 1 per week release. I'm going to change back to my proper values, not forget. And maybe one more time, I will show you where it might be also be shown. It is so-called discover pages. And in this case, discover as a functionality is frequently asking you to log in so that you have information. There are some bugs all the time, but be patient. People working on fixing it and making better as a platform. But what I wanted to show now, it's a time tree, not let's compare, not a group tree. Let's compare my nearest terminal SNPs, SNPs, whatever. And as you see, there is information about people here. And it does mean that those people are members of a project with a Ukrainian DNA name, which I'm about right now. It's about Y-DNA time tree, which is available for me. And my closest tree, it's only, I'm showing the closest tree here. And as you see, there are other people who are not shown. For example, this record is not, it is shown for me, but it is not shown here in a Ukrainian DNA project. It means that that person is not member of this project. Also, the person from Lithuania, both of them are not members of Ukrainian DNA projects. I know where they are. It doesn't matter right now. But my point is that information about DNA sample here in a time tree for your account is shown for you without any names. But it is important to remember that the flag and country is shown. And let's double check this Hulevich. You see Gulevich person. I don't remember his name. It's kind of interesting name. But he is from Poland and from Ukraine. His ancestry from both. And he's here, you see, kit number and so on. So he is member of Ukrainian DNA project. But when I see or look to the time tree close to me, to my SNP, it is not shown here. I mean, additional details is not shown. The only one thing is shown is country and flag. So be patient if you, for example, expect here to see the country of you or of another person. So once again, back to what I discussed, it is direct paternal information. It is important that you have it set it here for paternal and maternal information as much as detailed as possible, because other people may need that information. I partially touched the topic with this lock icon. So in privacy and sharing, I kindly suggest you to enable all settings, meaning to opt in. The first setting, which is important, is to opt in matching. Okay, let me click here. I think it will be information, yes, about DNA matches, product email, DNA location, and so on. So some information about consent, what will be shown or shared. For me, it means that I enable settings of my profile to be publicly available in matching. So as it says, it may take some time to apply the change. So if you change, don't expect to see it right now. And it's even proven. I remember I discussed this matter of settings with one person, and we were both surprised at why it's not reflected right away. But next day he looked to other places and it was applied. So make sure you wait. So it is one settings which important, and at the bottom of this page there are other sharing related settings. It's about origin. Share my ethnicity and ancient origin with my matches. I don't know about ancient origins because those are rather public and very global and very ancient. So there should not be any privacy issues. It is related with so-called myOrigins functionality, and I don't remember what is default value for this. Once again, origins sharing. Okay, let me read. Opting in origin sharing allows you and your matches to see each other's estimated origin percentage, and for all matches with Family Finder results. Yes, as I expected about Family Finder, to view each other's shared regions. By opting in, your ethnicity and ancient origins will be shared. Okay, I was a bit surprised about ancient, but have a look. What does it mean? If you have access to family tree DNA, if you pass the DNA test for Family Finder, it is autosomal test, you will most probably have this myOrigin data. Note that if you autosomal transfer account, you will not see this functionality. I recently discussed this with my friend, and he transferred autosomal file from MyHeritage, and he doesn't have this functionality. And I'm not sure right now, is it time matter or is it account restriction matter? Because it might be that the autosomal transfer account does not have this data. But in most cases, when you did original family tree DNA test, you will have this map. And by referring to this ethnicity and ancient origins, it most probably related with compare origins. For example, you see here is my father, Mikhailo Lundek. Actually, I could even test it, but don't want to switch. And if those people are here, I assume that they opted in this information. If they opted out, meaning they would disable this toggle, they most probably will not be listed here. Okay, maybe I will test it somehow. In regards to ancient origin, meaning that second part, share my ethnicity and ancient origin with my matches. As a result of autosomal DNA, meaning family tree DNA match, you also have ancient origin. It's additional dedicated functionality, but it is for you. And let's say if you compare with someone, I'm not sure it is somewhere shown because it's really rare functionality I use, but there is no thing like compare with, like it is with myOrigin. And there are only ancient, for me, because I'm looking to this, but let's say I would look to myOrigins, and I don't see anywhere, for example, for my father, that there is some information about ancient origins. I mean, I know there is information, but it is not shown. family tree sharing information was helpful, but since September 2024 year, this functionality will be removed. So I don't know, this functionality, this setting will be also removed. Just above, there are other different settings, and these settings mostly related to Family Finder, MTDNA, Y-DNA match levels. But as far as I remember, it is related to access by admins. I'm not sure right now. Law enforcement, you may disable it like I did, but I don't know if it's really relevant. If law enforcement, for example, in USA breaks this setting, I didn't have any use cases to show it, to see it, to prove it works or not. I don't know, you know, what is law and what is to enforce, but not much experience. So what else? Project preferences. Let's have a look project preferences. First of all, here is a list of my projects, group projects. Sometimes I name it as a groups, sometimes projects, but in the term of family tree DNA, it's group projects, meaning it's a project, it's a space where different people with different haplogroups, doesn't matter Y-DNA, mtDNA, but they are somehow combined. For example, Ukrainian DNA. So this is project on the family tree DNA platform for people from Ukraine. Not necessarily from Ukraine, but at least Ukrainians which were born in Ukraine or have some ancestry from Ukraine, but may live in different places and so on. I2A haplogroup, I2A haplogroup, like in Ukrainian English language would say. So this is a project for people who belongs exclusively for I2A haplogroup, not I1, not R1 or R1b, but specifically only this haplogroup. And people may be in that group, in that project from different countries, from different backgrounds, from different, and so on and so forth. Polish, I assume you understand. Lund, for example, it is a project for people with a Lund surname, or at least when the surname begins from Lund. So I joined to that project. Many other people with similar surnames there are. Baltics, Dinarics, and so on, Romania, Lithuania, and many other groups, projects. And what this page of settings or preferences are important, it's because you can grant access to those people which are admins in different projects, so that those admins can sometimes from your name, on behalf of your name, do something, or at least see information. For example, here we can read that what this access level does. Access to grant further access for each group project administrator, please review. We recommend limited access to get the most out of your group project experience. However, if you have limited computer access or require assistance in managing your information, advanced access may be more convenient choice for you. Frankly speaking, I didn't have any use cases to meet with the need of these settings, but I assume that it's sometimes related to actually access to computer. And it is frequent for me that people from different locations, countries, and so on ask me for the help with their FTDNA settings. That is why actually I created this video. And sometimes they don't know if they are logged in or not, where their password is and how to change name, and so on and so forth. So I assume that this project access level is rather related with such, let's say, conditions or caveats of using family tree DNA projects for you. So, for example, you may not have full access to computer, but your admin of your group project may have access to your account and did something instead of you, on behalf of you. Again, I didn't have practical use cases to use this setting, but I remember in almost all FTDNA group projects, admins asked last year, or maybe it was 2022, to grant access at least limited, because by default is either was not set or set as minimum. So that was rather a message from administrators of projects so that they make sure that people set this value. I set limited, but for now it is okay. This is kind of new. Allow MyHeritage connection. Set the permission for the group administrator to connect your kid family tree to MyHeritage account. Interesting, because first of all, MyHeritage account not always exists for the same person, but if it exists, there is such a thing like, there might be such a thing like automatic upload or transfer data from MyHeritage to Family Tree DNA. And I personally didn't face it with this, but recently we troubleshooted issue with one of my friends in regards to my transfer from MyHeritage to Family Tree DNA. And it was kind of duplicated records of autosomal data. So I'm not sure it was because of this setting, no, or in his case, it was yes. But in current situation, when in 2024, specifically in September, Family Tree DNA will remove family tree here at the top of menu. And I kind of suspect that it will be related to MyHeritage tree. So maybe this setting would help set the permission for the group administrator to connect your kid family tree to a MyHeritage account. In this particular case, I removed my tree from a Family Tree DNA, and I'm okay, let's say, for this administrator of the group to connect my account tree functionality on Family Tree DNA with the genealogical tree on MyHeritage, but I'm not sure is it going to be so or not. At the bottom, I allow for all future administrators. So for now, for example, in the Ukrainian DNA project, there are Volodymyr and Taras administrators only, but any other future which will be added also should receive this limited access. Frankly speaking, not sure about all, let's say, impact of these settings, but these are definitely project preferences. And I know people that they are not members of any projects. So for you, these settings might be not relevant, but I share the information which I know, maybe it will be helpful for some. And this exactly next setting, which is important for the discover pages. So I know for sure, by default, it is disabled, meaning toggle is not blue, but gray. And this setting allows administrator to publish pseudonymized DNA results and ancestor information in the public results. Actually, I kind of disagree that it's pseudonymized, because on group 3, there is nothing pseudo here. For example, this account. I know it is valid name and first name and last name. It is not randomized, pseudonymized. There is kit ID, there is paternal country. So this information is shown thankfully or because of this setting. In my case, if I disable it, then I will be represented on a group time tree like this icon with the flag of country and lock icon, I mean, and flag of country, and no first name, no last name, no kit ID. So it does resemble the reason of this toggle, because if you decide to not share your information, to not show information about your identity, let's say, on the public profiles, you have a right to do this. Your project profile may include any of the following: surname, yes; haplogroups, yes; yearly known, yes; ancestral location, didn't see it. I mean, it depends on how detailed you see Paulus Lunda, Ukraine Galicia, but it's value of one field. It's not about those latitude and longitude information. It's not reflected here. I didn't see it anywhere, but it says ancestral location. So maybe in the future, maybe not here, but maybe someone else when you click on the profile. The group administrator decides which of, they decide which of these items are included in their project profiles. Project profiles are always shared between project members. So once again, I'm showing you the group time tree of the project Ukrainian DNA. It is the same as for different others. Let's have a look Baltic Sea. It is just different project. They also have group time tree. And let's have a look my closest SMP, and I see, for example, this. I know this person. I know his first name, but it is seen here that administrator of Baltic Sea decided to not show. Okay, maybe no one does have first name. Okay, it's only surname and MRCA, meaning paternal ancestor and paternal country. Here, Dobrynya, here, not opted in, sharing group project profile. So one more time, you see group project profile. If you opt in to sharing, meaning that your information will be shared with at least project members, because it's group time tree on the project page, not your individual time tree, and so on and so forth. Here, for example, the same country of origin and not opted in. It is marked as private. Okay, let it be. But as I mentioned before, I think it's rather important to share this information. Coding region sharing. It's only related to mitochondrial coding region, and it is related to accounts which have empty full sequence. I know that my mother, for example, she does have empty full sequence, and here in this drop down for regions, she does have additional value country region. So I have only HVR1, HVR1, HVR2, and she does have additional country region. So actually it does allow, that setting does allow an account to be able to search by country origin. Remember, I mentioned about country here, so it's not shown anywhere, but the value for maternal origin country is important, because based on country origin search, you will be able to search as a person. For me, it's enabled. For my mother, it's enabled. For my father, it doesn't matter, because actually he doesn't have mtDNA result, but he might have, ideally, in theory. And one again, it's related to projects, kinda, but I kinda surprised that it's here, because in projects they have results mtDNA, but the country country is here. So for example, I will write Ukraine, it will be a lot of data, but I am not sure right now, is it about this country or it is about country of origin. it's not per se related to projects, at least from my understanding right now. If in future FTDNA release MT Discover, then this setting would be relevant here, yes, but not now, at least from my understanding. And last settings, which less important, but it's about notifications. I assume, as far as I remember, this all are enabled, and mostly it's about informing when you receive some matches. From my experience, there are some issues because in this area of notifications, sometimes it appears twice. For example, in my case, there was message, you have Y-DNA match once, and then second line, you have Y-DNA match. So why two? Actually, I realized it why, because in that case, it was actually information that I have a match with DNA account who is on both levels of 12 markers and 25, or 25 and 37. In most cases, it's from right to left. If you have, for example, in most cases, it works like that if you have 67 markers, then most probably you will have the same account in the list for 37, 25, and 12. But sometimes it differs, so I'm not kind of sure here. But what I'm sure about email notifications, it's one thing, but also notifications in system, it's enabled by default as far as I recall, but project, subscribe project, okay, marketing email, block updates. I deliberately enabled this, but I can disable because there are some block updates nice to read, personalized offers. I don't have actually any other to order from FTDNA. I ordered as much as possible, so now I don't need this. Even if there are some personalized offers, it's not relevant for me anymore. Product updates, it's okay. Shopping cart, no, because I don't plan to shop anything. Education, no need. Survey, no, not interested. So yes, I think that's it. Let me double check what I've discussed here. So account information, basic information about your account, genealogy information, which important at least from the perspective surnames and earliest, especially earliest known ancestors, and privacy sharing, which important about your data, especially to yours matches, meaning people who are similar to you by this genetic way or another way, genetically speaking. And project preferences, they are kind of strictly related to projects only, and discover pages, because it's kind of related to projects rather than your account privately. And notification preferences, which is the lowest priority. Let's say there are nothing special. I hope it's useful. This content is useful for people who are not sure what to change, where to change, and where the change will be reflected. And especially important when the change will be reflected, because not all settings are reflected as fast as you would like to have it. I believe in nearest future there will be at least 2 changes in regards to settings. First, family tree will be removed from September 2024, and there might be some, let's say, changes around connecting family tree from MyHeritage account. I'm interested in that to see it how it's good or buggy. And second, which is most awaited feature of the family tree DNA, it's MT Discover page, meaning more extended functionality about mitochondrial DNA, in particular in regards to matches people, matches to show on the tree, similar as Y-DNA. I've seen it on the video from conferences, but so far it's like 1 year after that conference, and the feature is not released yet. But anyhow, this two, which I mentioned, described, most probably will change something here in account settings. So keep updated yourself. I will keep updated myself, and maybe in future I will create another video for new settings only, or if it's drastically related here, then maybe. Thank you for your time, for your attention. If you have any questions, please write me under this video. Find me on social networks. I'm keen to answer or help. Or if not me, then ask from support or anyone who know family tree DNA also. Have a nice day.